one factor. There are other factors. For example, not simply the quantity, 100. There might be 100 other articles that use it, but the journals that they are in are not very high reputation. They're quite low. So that would affect the score as well. It's not just quantitative, but there's a qualitative element. Whereas the other journal might only have 23, but they're in really highly regarded journals that have high impact factors. So there's a complex sort of calculation of these various factors, and no doubt other factors, and it gives you these sorts of scores. It's a little bit like ranking of universities. Now, it's not that simple to rank a university. How do you rank it? Do you rank it by the amount of research funding it's getting? Do you rank it by the satisfaction levels that students report? Do you rank it by employment outcome? Do you rank it by the number of studies in publications that it produces? Okay, if you're ranking it like that, is there a factor of quality that you take into account? It gets really complex, and there are many different rating systems for universities. And there's a lot of debate, and just because a university pumps out a lot of research and all the academics are under pressure to produce, publish or perish means die, then maybe the teaching is really crappy because they're all just focused on publishing, So, when you see a university ranking, you think, oh, that's really high, I want to go there. They might all be focused on research, and as I say, the teaching might be really bad. Might be, might not. But, so, with everything, we've got to be quite critical and, does it really reflect the quality? So, same with this, but it can give us a kind of indication. It's ranking 6 out of 119 in its field in the paediatrics category, so they've ranked a 6, pretty high up. So, total citations, meaning from this journal, probably as of 2015, it's at 25,181 citations. It looks like it's number 2 in the total citations in its field. So it's pretty high up. And then something else is affecting the ranking, which brings it down a bit here. I don't know, we have to go into it and look a bit further. I did have another. The other thing we can do is if we just go back here and we put in, so I just put that in, but if we put paediatrics impact factor, that's your word that you should put in, and we'll go with our latest. Two. Okay, it's ranking in the top 2.3% of the 4,779 journals most frequently cited. So there are many more scientific journals than that. That's just the one most frequently cited, and it's in the top 2.3%. It's pretty high up, isn't it, in terms of its the amount that it's cited and mentioned. So what would you say about its ethos and reputation? Low, middle, high? It's pretty high, isn't it? Pretty high. Yeah. So, yeah, just basically what we're doing here is you put your journal name, if you want to find this sort of thing out, journal, and then with this particular collocation, impact factor. And that will give you some kind of indication of rankings or the amount of citations and so on. I did have, and I can't get it up because this silly thing when you, I'll get rid of that tab, W, if it gets rid of, here, this was another one that I found, which actually answers some of the specific questions. Some of the questions you can ask yourself, look at 26, how often is it cited by other paediatric publications? Well, we had a 25,000 figure there, didn't we? What would this tell us? Well, it tells us that it's having a strong influence.